And we are now live. Hey, welcome to another edition of Can I Be the Man? A live feed, the panel. Everybody is on. We got a few others that's going to jump on a little bit later. But hey, I can't tell y'all how excited I am right now, right? So literally, we have 9 days 9 days left until the book is released, and every last one of y'all can get in on the discussion. Every last one of y'all. Okay, I can't wait. Hey, thank you for everybody. We have reached one of the first milestones that I wanted to reach, which was 5,000 followers on the Can I Be the Man page. Thank you. I got to give a big shout out to the frequency, Lady Latina and company, for allowing me to bring the King's Court, the King's Kingdom, over to the frequency. If you're out there right now, please go like and share the Frequency CO or the Frequency Colorado right now. You can see myself, King Naib, every Tuesday. Every Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. As a whole, it then turned into a whole movement now, a whole movement. So we out here, we getting it. Thanks to everybody that pre-ordered the book. If you haven't already, look, you still got time. You still got plenty of time. Like I said, we got 9 days. 9 days. And a big shout out to the A-Team and my A-Team brothers anointed together, encouraging all men. We out here. We out here. We about to be doing big things, man. We about to be doing big things. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Love the brotherhood. Love the brotherhood. So, we had a real great discussion yesterday, or not. So I'm eager to see exactly what it is that we're gonna be talking about today. Uh, um, if you missed it yesterday, you're just gonna have to go back and watch it for real. Go back and watch it. So, D, what is the topic for today?
Fact to fix. Okay. A woman doesn't have to ask a man to do anything his heart desires. Is that a fact or fix? That's the question.
Okay, one more time. One more time for the people in the back. One more time for the people in the back.
Fact or fiction? A woman doesn't have to ask a man to do anything his heart desires. All right, give you an example. So I seen somebody, she was a real estate agent. She shared this post when she made this comment a few weeks back. And it was a man and a female. It wasn't his wife, period. But anyway, he bought her a house, so to speak. She picked it out, he paid for it. But anyway, so she posed the question, she asked, where do women be finding these men that don't mind doing any and everything for them? And I seen a guy make a comment. He said that it's something. Men do whatever it is that they want to do. And I second that comment. I am a firm believer in you don't have to ask a man to do anything if he really want to do it. But I'll let somebody else take over.
Which is true. I believe that, if your heart is in it and if you are really trying to be with that person, or you are trying to have a family, your heart should be into pleasing and being a part of your family. And it shouldn't be a hard decision to, do whatever she may need or whatever the family may need or whatever. And it should be a part of your heart because it's part of pleasing the family. It's part of being what a man really truly is called. If you have a heart to please your woman and to make how they say a happy wife, a happy life, or a happy home, you know what I'm saying? So if you are truly trying to do that, that should be like second nature. You should be able to know automatically what pleases or what makes sure your spouse or woman or however you want to call it happy, you know, because these are things you're supposed to find out in that courting or dating situation. Once you find these things out, then it should be nothing but child's play.
Who's next? Chris, you're on mute over there. What's your thoughts, man?
I'm still digesting it right now. I mean, realistically, nothing changes from a man, whether he's single or in a relationship, because he's going to take care of himself, and everything that's connected to him is just an extension of self. So honestly, and everything is in place, man still doesn't need to be asked to do anything because he's already doing it. Realistically, no problem will be had when women are in place, because a man that has a woman that's in place, that's standing in her role and being that help meet, he ain't gonna have a problem doing what he needs to do. And he's gonna make all the greatest decisions in the meantime.
I agree. What's your thoughts, Lamar? Welcome to the panel. L1, Abel Ham.
Hey, Ham.
Abel Ham in the building. Can y'all hear me pretty good?
Yes, sir.
All right, now what the hell going on?
So the question is a true or false question, and we're giving our thoughts on it, right? The question is that if a man really wants to be with a woman, type of deal, that she doesn't have to ask him, basically, to give anything that his heart so desires. Am I correct, D? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the question, right? That's it, right? Yeah, he said
Yes, that's it.
That's it. So,
Oh man, I'm gonna keep it all the way G with you. You did everything you could to get the you know what. Let's keep it 100, man. You gonna do whatever it takes to get that. Yeah, that come here, girl. And I think that, you know, once you get past that, you know, to get on a serious note, you know what I mean? As a man, you're gonna do any and everything you can to make sure you put a smile on her face. All right, that's a no-brainer right there. This is an easy one. You know, this is an easy one. You're gonna make sure that the house is taken care of, she's taken care of emotionally, physically. With us being the shepherds of our households, souls, you're gonna be her spiritual advisor. You're gonna do everything that you're supposed to be doing to make sure that she doesn't have to doubt, worry, or look elsewhere for the covering that you are held responsible for providing. So, but I think a lot of times what happens is you get burnt out in doing that. You understand what I'm saying? You get burnt out. I know I do. I know y'all don't go through nothing like that. Y'all strong, you know what I mean? Y'all hold it together. I get burnt out. And sometimes it feels like, damn, am I really making a difference in my house? Is she happy? You know, I must be dropping the ball here somewhere. And that's when the enemy start, you know, playing tricks on you. And Rome, you and I literally talked about this a couple hours ago. We literally just talked about this. But did you call D and tell them what we talked about, bro? Was there be a topic today? We literally just talked about this a couple hours ago. You just get burnt out. And just so that I don't sound like I'm rambling, to answer the question, yes, a man is going to do any and everything that he needs to do to make sure that everything is straight on the home front. But on the back end, kind of like what me and you was talking about, man, sometimes you get burnt out and you just have to know your value and know your worth and what you bring to the home. No matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the situation is, you have to know that you are a valuable element in your household. And just let that be your driving factor. Try to do your best to eliminate all of the negative energy and just focus on what you know you need to be doing as a father and as a husband.
Agreed.
Right, does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. I mean, it's real talk is just like this, right? And I'm gonna answer the question in the midst of it. I'm gonna answer the question first. First and foremost, yes, I agree with everybody on the panel. You know, you are as a man, if I want you and I want to keep you, your heart's desire, I will give you. No questions asked. I'm gonna give you an example, right? Give you an example. When me and the wifey first got together, right? Matter of fact, we were just talking then. We were just talking, you know. But I needed to make sure she knew and understood where I stood, type of deal. Because I knew out the gate. I was like, look, this is fertile ground. I'd be crazy if I let this thing slip through my hands. Right. So she was on her way back to Chicago. And she had left, I think, the diaper bag or something of that nature, because you know the girls, they were babies and stuff back then. Left the diaper bag. And she had nobody to bring it to. And I told her, it's like, I got you. Mind you, she in Charlotte. I'm in Fayetteville at the time, on Fort Bragg. She in Charlotte. As soon as I got off work, I hit the road. I'm out. Don't say that I'm talking to her on the way there. Yeah, I'm on my way out. She not believing the motherfucking thing that I'm saying. Nigga. She think I'm just sending her ass up. In the midst of on my way up there, I found me a Family Dollar. Hey, what size pull-ups you need? Size pull-ups you need. She told me what size. I went ahead, bought them Jones. Got all the way there. Mind you, they are boarding the plane at this point. Not just now making. And you know how it is. You can't get back there. If you don't have no boarding pass, they're not letting you pass security or nothing like that. So I had to give it to the people for them to take it all the way over to the plane for her to happen. She didn't believe me. Believe that I was coming, that I just drove 2+ hours to the airport to bring her some goddamn pull-ups until she got them joints in her hand. When I say that we know, ladies, we know if we want to be with you or not. And if we do, we're going to do whatever it is that we need to do to show you that we serious. And it's only going to be more of the same once we get you. Because we got to keep you. You got to keep it. This thing about it is like like Lamar said, we do go through burnout. Because in the midst of us doing all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, to try and display and show our love and speak your love language and things of that particular nature or whatnot, if you don't be appreciative of it, if you don't at the very least acknowledge what it is that we have been doing, we're gonna burn out.
Oh my God, bro. Why is it so wrong for us to want reassurance?
Exactly.
Why does that make us sound like, you know, bitches or pussies because we want the reassurance from our lady? Oh, you know what I mean? You supposed to be, you know, fuck all that. Let me know I'm on the right track. I want my progress report. You understand what I'm saying? Just shit. Every 9 weeks, give me a progress. How am I doing, baby? Are we good? What?
It ain't no different than the bedroom.
Damn right.
No different in the bedroom.
But bro, I think we got
Look.
stories for days when it comes down to, you know, having to prove, you know, what we're willing to do to show that we actually want the women that we want. I remember when I first met my wife, you know, dating at the time, and she was pregnant, and she was going through it with her ex or whatnot, and it didn't make a difference, bro. No matter what I did, how hard I worked, she just didn't believe that I was gonna, you know, stick around for the ride. And I remember we was on Fort Bragg one night at the park, and at this point, she's probably 8 months, 9 months pregnant, bro. And she said, "What are you gonna do when Aja's born?" You know what I mean? She literally asked me, pretty much, was I gonna stick around when the baby was born? I'll have you know, and everybody sitting on this panel seen the video. I was crying like a baby. Where 18 years later, 18 years later, she asked me to adopt her. And then just yesterday, no, day before yesterday, my baby just graduated from the Air Force, AIT, whatever they call it, tech school. And she's on her way to Alaska. So I think I proved to her in that aspect what my intentions were. We are 20 years later now. Did I do everything right in those 20 years? Hell no.
And a couple more kids more.
Yeah, 3 kids. Man, good majority of y'all was with me when we were living wrong, boy. Oh my God.
Look, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna keep them shenanigans and stuff off to the side. But look though, right.
For reals.
We as men at the same time have to be careful though, because what we don't want to do is nurture and feed that Prince Charming complex. See, even in the example that I gave, right, that is something that I do to this day. You think you need me to run to the store, go grab some pull-ups? I got you. I do that. That's something that I'll do to this day. But what we make the mistake of doing is that we start doing some more extracurricular type shit that we know 10, 15, 20 years down the line, we're gonna be doing it at all. And we make it as Reese just said, the status quo. We make it the status quo, something that they are expecting now. And then when we stop doing it, they start feeling like we don't love them no more. We don't care for them no more. Or it got to be somebody else that he's doing these things for now. Not realizing that all we did was mess up and do some stuff in the beginning that we weren't going to continue to do. And that's across the board, ladies. We telling y'all the same thing. Same thing. If you dropping it like it's hot every night, 3 or 4 times a day in the beginning, and you can't keep that pace.
Well,
you can't keep that pace.
Look for
yo. Yo, hey.
Hey, Reese is in the chat.
Yeah, and he on live. He on the Facebook. He on the Facebook.
Yo, Reese,
right now.
Hey man, what up, Reese? My bad, bro. Happy belated birthday, baby.
Yes, happy belated birthday.
Happy belated.
Wrong Reese. That's wrong one.
Oh well, D. Whoever the Reese is, his birthday coming up. Happy belated or happy upcoming birthday.
Yeah, let that man live.
Back in January. Happy belated birthday, Reese.
Oh man.
Damn.
Well, hey, but that's for real. That's for real. Look, you cooking dinner. You got us coming home to dinner. You cooking us 3 hot meals a day in the beginning. Then all of a sudden you want to switch up. No, you need to let us know in the beginning. in the
Bro,
beginning.
that's some televised stuff right there. Because when you think about it, we always talk about the Disney way of how we got this Prince Charming thing for the dudes. How many TV shows we see when we got these black sisters out here talking about how to bag a man, do this, do that, do that, and once you got them, you good. It works on both sides. Like we've been bamboozled on both sides, and it's crazy.
Turn me up, Chris.
Cause and that's one of the things that I noticed just now when you said that. I'm like, they did the same thing to the women. The same way that they told us to be Prince Charming and do all this and this and that for the woman. You got women on TV telling these girls, hey, just cook meal, do this, that. It's not a training thing. It's a, hey, just do this to bag a man. And then after that, you got them. Get what you want out of them.
No, you got to keep us too. Trust me, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It is a cycle. If you want us to be doing the things that you enjoy us doing for you, if you want us to give you your heart's desire, you got to make sure you're doing the same in return. And trust and believe, I'm gonna tell you now, dropping it like it's hot is not gonna be enough. If you think and that pleasing us physically is gonna be enough to keep us around,
anybody can do that.
It is not. It is not at all. At all.
I don't think they want to hear that part, bro.
Well, they need to. You already know what I'm on. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear.
Okay, so may I tell my story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I have permission to tell my story now?
We see you have been working hard.
We're working.
Hey, ladies, that's what you want right there. That man is gonna put that bed together for you right there.
Oh, that's Fix It Felix.
So, got a quick story. So I remember I had a conversation with this female before, and I told you there's a difference between command and respect and respect. So she used to I like to be wine and dine and all this. How come you don't do X, Y, Z for me, but you do it for somebody else? And I'm gonna be like, could I do it? Cause I want to do it. You ain't gonna tell me what you want and expect for me to do it. I do stuff because I want to. That's why I say you ain't never gotta ask a man to do anything for you. He already got it made up in his mind if he go do it or not. Now, as far as the command and respect, yeah, you set the standard from what you want and what you not gonna settle for less for. Perfectly fine with that. But you don't have to beg a man to do anything for. And Lamar, I'm going on the other end of the spectrum. I'm not talking about a woman that you already got to draw from. So I break women down to 3 different categories. I got women who back in the day, I know it was strictly sex. We ain't going anything past that. We ain't going out, nothing like that. Then in the middle, we might have casually dealt with each other or whatever. And, you know, we probably go out here and there. But then I got women who I ain't even got to touch. I just know this based off conversation and stuff like that. And they say, I want to take stuff there. You ain't got to ask me anything. I'm rolling out the red carpet and everything. It's just that simple. I already got it made up in my mind. So that's just about as simple as I could put it.
Okay.
I could rock
3
with
different
classifications.
classifications,
That you got to think about. When he said that, I mean, because it makes sense when you think about it. Because everything that a man does, he compartmentalizes everything. Everything has a role in his life. If you watch, know your man. That's all I can say is know your man, because he's going to show you who he is once you need him. But even outside of that, know the man, because if you know how the man moves, he might be a long distance planner. Like, all right, this is where I want to, he got set goals and spots that he wants to be in. So you don't see nothing. And then you run into these women, it's like, oh, well, you ain't do none of this when you was with me. Why are you doing this with her? And it could have been a simple thing of, well, you didn't make it to the end of that timeline because you were so focused on what you wanted and not seeing what I was trying to do. So what I was trying to build for you, somebody else is reaping the benefits for. But there's so many different angles on everything.
All right, so
we're running around.
For those of y'all that seen the cash yesterday, and those of y'all that seen my hour long rant yesterday, right? one thing that I do know, I put you on mute, D. You gotta take yourself off mute.
No, you should have took me back off mute.
I can't. Once I put you on, you gotta take yourself off. So
I
what you saying?
apologize. I was supposed to be on live with him yesterday. Facebook was tripping.
I apologize. I was working on the audio book.
That it was, but we have a set amount of men out here that feel like it's not our responsibility to be sole providers. And I feel some type of way about it. And what we're talking about right now, for me, falls directly into that category. You know, because the reality of it is, and I was just looking at one of my little youngins from the gym, his post, you know, because he out here, he about to start his podcast. Shout out Dante, give you a shout out right now. And he's asking questions and stuff online, and he asked about the whole 50-50 ordeal. And I'm looking at these younger men and women and what it is they talking about, and I'm just like, they have no clue. And the thing about it is, there are people from our generation that's promoting this nonsense. Now, yesterday, I didn't take anything biblical. I didn't want to. But for my religious people that be watching, right? Let me help y'all understand something, right? Before Eve was even presented to Adam, his work was already done. If you think I'm lying, go back and read the encounter. His work was already done. He had 3 things that he was responsible for. That was all the living creatures and stuff in the garden. That's the reason why I'm saying the garden, right? In the garden, right? He had to name all the creatures or whatnot in the garden, right? And then the last piece was to be fruitful and to multiply. Okay? So he was already having dominion and stuff over the garden. He did. He was doing that. He had already named everything that was in the garden. Matter of fact, the last thing that he named was you. Womb man. That was the last thing that he did. The only other thing that he had to do that was incomplete was to be fruitful and to multiply. So help me understand where did Eve help Adam do anything outside of be fruitful and multiply. And I don't want to leave it that simple, because in essence, it was their job to work together to build a home, to build a family. It wasn't Eve's job to go out there and doggone help build the house. That was already done. His work was done. Period, point blank. So help me understand where the 50-50 comes in now. For my religious people that are out there. And quite frankly, yes, it is commanded. It is commanded that we provide shelter, clothing, food to our wives. And for those of us that believe in having more than one wife, the requirement of being able to have more than one wife, you must be able to provide food, clothing, and shelter, and not take away from the wife that you already have. Like I said, from the beginning, it's been our job to provide and to protect.
I think it came off when society got into it, because what happened was once it went to, you know, when you got into the World War, when the men had to leave and go away and not be there in the home, and it left it up to the women to provide, I think that's when society actually stepped in and was like, okay, now you got two people providing in the household. And so I think it became a 50-50 somewhere in that area of, okay, since you're going to do this, since you're going to provide, since you're going to bring in also, and you want to be part of, then it go part of the providing part, then you have to chip in on this bill or this bill or this bill. Now, I've always, and I'm going to say it like this. I've always been a person that I was taught that, yes, you know, you need to be the provider. And at that point, and I think the part that where it came into most play with, even with me, was my mother had her own money. The other thing that was done is if there was other types of needs besides the electric bill, the water bill, the car note, and the house note, I think like the smaller bills was what my father said. Okay, cool. You want if you want cable, help out with that cable bill. So I think it became a part of where it said, you know, the wants and not the needs. So I think it became a part of where it was supposed to be, maybe she provided for the needs of the household. And that way, the man took care of the wants, because there's a difference. You can want a lot of things. No, I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell you that's backwards. He took care of the needs of the household. She took care of the wants. Because of it being like this, we need lights, we need water, we need the car payments, we need the household paid. Those are the needs of the house that the men is supposed to provide for, like you said. And in that rest of the area are the wants. You may not want to have cable because in today's society, you got their internet or whatever that you can look at stuff on through the internet. But back in that day, I think is where we got it most confused, on where it became the 50-50 of, you know, you take care of the wants and not the needs. But then it stepped into the wants and needs. So now you got a whole household dividing every bill in half, trying to get things met.
Somebody else want to speak on it before I say something?
I'm gonna try not to segue into a totally different show, but the problem, Brother Trill, you know I love you, and yeah, you know, World War II, whoop de whoop, skippy peanut butter. But I think we all know for our culture where the motherfucking problem started. Okay, when you told the man that he couldn't be in the house, you understand what I'm saying? When old Jim, I'm gonna take it there. When that whole Jim situation started, that's what really crushed us as a people. And like I said, just do your research on Jim Crow and everything like that, Rome. I'm sorry, I know this. I'm trying not to segue over into a whole nother show, but that's for us. I don't give a damn about what nobody else talking about. For us and our people, I think that's primarily where the problem started, when you systematically take the man out of the household, and then you give the women, here, I'm gonna give you this right here, this just enough. I'm gonna give you just enough. Oh, don't let me find out that man is in that house. Because at the point that the man is at the house, you are no longer qualified for this assistance that we're giving you. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens then? You take the man out of the house and you got this woman here forced to take care of 3 or 4 children. She goes off to work, and then our children are left unattended or have to be cared for by a third party or something like that. And then we wonder why bullshit happens, like, you know, molestation or our children being exposed to things that they really should not be exposed to. This is another conversation. Rome, we talked about this morning, bro. We talked about this. Like I said, to sum everything up, is when the man was taken out of the house. And I'm gonna be off the board, you know, fair to every culture. when the man was taken out the house, period. I'm gonna get different what race. When the man was taken out the house, period, that was a major impact on the family, on the household. I'm gonna just stop right there because I feel my blood pressure going up. I really want to go in on this subject right here, but
we about to. We about
okay.
to.
All right.
We about
all right. Fuck it.
About to.
Fuck it. And then, hey, yo, I'm just gonna throw my little segue in there. We can follow this up on Ateamtv. That's dropping soon. Y'all check me out. Abraham.
All
right, let's get it.
Hold up a second though, because Chris set up like he was about to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead. I see it. I see it in his eyes.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all have it right now.
Nah, bro,
come on in.
I'm gonna just say this.
Chris, we talked about this on My Man Cave Porch, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. We had the perfect model because the same thing that's happening to black women today in our culture, they had the perfect model from white women when they were liberated. Look at how they turned out. What happened to their kids? All kinds of craziness. We doing the same thing because we let somebody allow them to live without men in the house. But to the question of the day, it still falls in line because at the same time, not having to ask a man to do something, what's going to be the solution? What's going to be your reaction when you're not getting the things that you want to get outside of the things that you need? Are you gonna say, all right, well, forget it. I don't want to be with you. I want half of everything, or I'm gonna put you on child support. I'm gonna get on Section 8. You couldn't get it here, so you're gonna try to get it any other way and cause further issues because it was all about you. You ain't care about the kids. You ain't care about the man.
It's grown folks topic right here, so I gotta break it out. I gotta break it out for real. Yeah, dude, excuse me. It's grown folks. We about to have some grown folks conversation. I got to get it.
Like I need me a sip right now.
Hey Taylor, I'll tell you what. If you want to, you can pick up a couple and come on over here and shoot the show. I'm just saying. I mean, the offers on the table.
Let me transition to my phone right quick. I got the little boy with me, you know.
Y'all
we can chill over. They have a man day.
We got the King's Cup right here. We about to.
Ain't no kids here though, Taylor. The kids ain't here.
Oh, he can sit down and play with his toys right there in the corner. His mama be home soon. They went out shopping. It's just man day today. He need to be around some men anyway.
Yeah.
We about to get into this thing because I told y'all I feel some type of way. I really do feel some type of way about this conversation. And I'm gonna start off my little rant with the same thing that I said yesterday. If you are a man and you are not working towards being the sole provider of your house, you are a coward, you're lazy, and you're not living up to your responsibility. It's as simple as that. Take it for whatever it is. For whatever it is. You can call it my opinion all you want. All you want. But how can you even call yourself an alpha if you can't even take care of your home?
Yo, get that meaning of the alpha again, because I love your meaning for it, man. Go ahead and get that again. Let that be, man, bro. Oh God, I love that meaning. I love that definition of it. Go ahead.
You know, what you got to understand is this, right? The alpha in nature is not just responsible for his immediate household, his immediate home. He is responsible for the entire community. The entire community. And if you look at the alpha of the wolf, the alpha don't even lead from the front, it leads from the rear. But we have been conditioned to believe that alpha has to be out front. Has to be out front. And that is not the case whatsoever. So you can't even be in a conversation of being an alpha if you can't even solely provide for your home. It's as simple as that.
All right.
It's as simple as that. And then once you get to the point where you solely can provide for your home, now the question is, what the hell are you doing in the community? What are you doing to provide for, protect, enrich, empower, uplift, mentor, build your community? What are you doing? Oh, I done started something. Everybody going to get that sip now. Everybody going to get that sip now. Y'all know what it is, boy.
You already know what it is.
I know what it is. But this is true. This is true. And ladies, please don't misunderstand what it is that I'm actually saying when I'm talking to us men as being sole providers or whatnot. It's a reason on the chessboard why the king can only make 1 or 2 steps in any direction, and you can move all over the place. If we're not doing our job as a king, you don't have the ability, the freedom to be able to move all over the place because you're over here trying to do our job. Period. We're not saying that you can't work. We're not saying that we want y'all solely at home doing nothing. That's not what it is that we're saying. What it is we saying is that it should be an option and not a requirement. An option, not a requirement. That way, them kids, as they get older, things of that particular nature, because guess what? Kids going to school. They're going to school unless you so choose to homeschool your kids, which is, of course, your choice, right? While they're at school, if you decide to start your own business or something of that particular nature to help bring something into the house, which now has become an asset. An asset, because let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. The average person, right? The average person, the average couple makes about $56,000 a year. About $56,000 a year. That's the average person. About $56,000, right? 9 times out of 10, the money that you are bringing into the house, especially if you have kids, is going to daycare. Literally, you are paying for somebody else to keep your doggone kid, put gas in your car, and to pay a fucking light bill, because that's about how much you have left. It's about enough to pay a light bill. So you mean to tell me that as a man, you can't figure out how to make an extra $200-300 so you can take care of that light bill? So the
stop you right there,
out here and bust
right there, Ron.
Yeah.
Let me stop you right there. Because now, in the words of Lamar, now you get my blood pressure up. That's what I was saying yesterday. That's exactly what I was saying yesterday, man. I'm like, there's too many ways out here to make money legally. To sit here and have to rely on your woman to work, man. I'm like, I know that I'm a single man. I don't have any kids, anything yet. But I'm like, I got 3 different streams of income coming in right now. 2 of them don't even require, clocking in somebody else, pushing somebody else's clock. I'm just saying there's too many ways out here to get money in order to be relying on, okay, I'll put it to you like, everybody isn't meant to start their own business. We already talked about that yesterday. We know this for a fact. But we don't know. You don't know. But I'm just saying, it's like, there's too many different ways, man. And I just feel like that men are lazy. Man, go cut somebody's grass, wash some cars, do something outside of your 9 to 5 to go bring some extra income in, man. Learn how to cut hair. Do something. Paint a house. Pressure wash a house. If you want to, I know people that know how to braid. I know men that know how to braid hair. Reese Fish is one of them that know how to do hair.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ways to make extra money, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what it is that I'm talking about. There's too many ways out here to make some money for you to have your woman out here required to work because you can't hold shit down.
Last thing, I'm going to say this, and it's going to make a lot of people mad. We find time, if we're in relationships, we find time to go cheat, don't we? We find time to go to the bar and go blow our money, right? Do we not? We got the time. We just don't want to utilize the time in a positive manner.
Y'all keep it going. I gotta go extract some discipline to some kids. They're a little bit too loud right now. I'll be right back.
But yeah, I mean, that would be the whole thing. I mean, you know, just trying to make sure that we make sure everybody, you know, is kept to where, you know, we as the men are providing.
Hey, Trail, what Bishop used to say? If you can't say amen, say what?
Ouch.
Ouch. Woo. That thing hurt. That thing hurt.
Yeah, hey, just a little bit.
Little bit.
Yes, sir.
Deep preaching right there.
Yeah.
Deep preaching right there.
And that's the thing. I mean, you know, we have to learn how to do other things, you know, around the house or outside of the house. If you want to be a sole provider, if you want to be, you know, baller status, you have to learn what baller status is. You have to know that baller status doesn't just mean money. It means I'm out here doing, I'm out here making it happen. You know, not for me to flaunt, but, you know, for me to be able to provide. That's a baller, you know, because you got a car, you got this type of gold, or you got all of this type of stuff that you can show off in 1 minute. My saying is this, I always stay to this saying, you can be broke one paycheck tomorrow. So what happens if circumstances hit and you down to that last paycheck? We went through a global pandemic. How many were actually ballers in that during that pandemic? Were you out here making money, or were you living off of, baby, I need help?
So that's a motherfucking excuse. I'm just gonna tell you that now.
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely.
That's a motherfucking excuse. You know, because at the end of the day, where there's a will, there's a fucking way. Period, point blank. And for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no excuses. I got 10 kids total, 7 that live with me. Sole provider, wifey doesn't work, runs her own business. There's no motherfucking excuse. There's no excuse you can give me to make me believe that you need your wife to go out there and fucking work. It should be always an option and not a requirement. You hit hard times, then nigga, you go out there and do what the fuck it is. I don't care if you got to be like a Jamaican working motherfucking, excuse for all my Jamaican people out there. You know, I got that music in my head right now. So for real. But I don't care if you got to take your ass out there and work 3-4 motherfucking jobs, right? You do what the fuck it is you need to do in order to make sure your household is goddamn maintained. But at the same time, you're smart. You're smart. And this is where I say, ladies, your independence has made us lazy and forced us to stop using our minds, right? Because there's a lot of y'all out there, baby, I got you. I got you. And we need you to have us, just not in that manner. Just not in that manner. We need you to build us up, rev us up, get us ready to go out there and do what it is we need the doggone do. Not, okay, this shit falling short. I meet you. No, I need your focus on them kids that's over there. I need your focus on that. Let me lock in on this right here, and you focus in on that. There's no excuse whatsoever. Like I said, it should be an option and not a requirement. Period. Ladies, we're not telling you you can't work or anything of that particular nature. What I'm saying is, men, we have lowered the bar. And ladies, you have helped lower that goddamn bar. And we need to raise the fucking standard. The standard should be, I'm sole provider of my goddamn house. I take care of every bill in that motherfucker. Because even from a biblical standpoint, it says that a righteous man leaves an inheritance, not just for his child, but his child's child. That's 3 generations. That's 3 generations. How many of us are really focused on doing something of that particular nature? You can't even efficiently take care of your household by yourself. So how can you even talk about leaving an inheritance for 3 generations?
That's deep right there.
And us as black men, right? We have it set in our head that that shit is damn near impossible. We use a systematic this and a systematic that as a reason as to not go out here and do what the fuck it is that we don't. Instead of, we look at all the problems and stuff that we come across every doggone day and give that as justification and reasoning as to why we can't go out here and be fucking successful. I know ex-cons that got out here or whatnot and have successful Fortune 500 businesses. And again, everybody's not meant to start their own business. But your laziness has you to where you don't even want to at least advance in the fucking company. So you're an employee, you're a full-time employee, and that's what you want, that's what you like, things of that particular nature. Are you at least trying to work your way up to the fucking top? Period. Can I make a promotion big enough to where I can take care and sustain everything? Can I? And please, I want y'all to know and understand that I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself as well. I need to get my shit in order as well. For real. But the thing about it is, I have, my standard is this my head right here, my standard is way up there. As far as what I feel like I need to be doing for my household. Mm-hmm. So it pisses me off when I'm looking at people and they standard way the fuck down here. It just does. And as a man, I can't sit back and say, hey ladies, can we be the man? Can we be the man? We done call this truce right here. I want y'all to take the ladies over to this side over here. We're gonna take the men over here and we're gonna we're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna figure some things out. We're gonna heal and make sure that we can be the man that y'all need us to be and not address this situation right here. Because that's the first step right there, is changing the mentality. We have to change the mentality. This is some bullshit. Throw the excuses out. Throw the excuses out. That problem that's in front of you, right? If there was a real person about to beat your ass, you think he gonna want to hear about some excuse as to why you can't fight him back? Hell no. So nigga, square up, and get ready to go out here and fight these doggone issues like you're supposed to. Like you're supposed to. Period. It ain't that hard. And I know we have some ladies, y'all are so loving. Y'all are so loving. Y'all really are. You really are. You would carry that burden that we have put on y'all with pride and feel like that y'all supporting us the way that y'all need us to and everything else. You would do it with pride, with a smile on your goddamn face and everything else. And some of y'all right now arguing with me to the T like, my man ain't got the, I do it. I work 2-3 jobs to help sustain this doggone house. And I'm telling the women out here that feel that way, that think that way, you are hurting us. You are not helping us. You are crippling us. You're supposed to be our helpmate, not our crutch. Not our crutch. You were not put on this earth to help us stand. We should be able to stand on our own. Period, point blank. And a part of us standing is being able to maintain our households to the fullest. But I love the fact that my 18 brothers are like that. Are like that. And the ones of y'all that ain't, we at y'all motherfucking head. For real. We at y'all head. We gonna help y'all elevate. And this ain't no primitive type nonsense, nothing. As a man, you should want your queen to be able to move all over the board, because she's the most important asset that you have. The most important. You get your queen blocked up and potentially snatched off the board, chances of you being able to win that game just decreased. Just decreased.
I don't even think you can do it. I don't even think you can win.
You got to be a mastermind in order to be able to do it. You get that queen snatched off the board, it's over with. Period, point blank. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I'm a felon. Nope, don't want to hear it. I know felons that have done it. Oh, I can't get no job. Oh, I don't want to hear it. Or now when you was out there doing the wrong thing, you figured it out. You figured it out. Figure it out now. Ladies, you are crippling us. Your independence, the type of support that you are providing us is crippling us. I'm going to jump off my doggone horn real quick. And I'm going to give somebody else an opportunity to doggone speak. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I know they tired of hearing me. For real.
Do you look like you got something to say?
I'm about to say, I keep going. Don't get it twisted. I keep going. Somebody on you. All right, not an issue. Not an issue whatsoever. I got this. I told you I feel some type of way.
So here's my question. Here's my question. I got one for you. So let's just say, because I've always been a person that if I'm out here working and struggling and doing everything, and there's, you know, I'm going through the daily life of, you know, working hard and doing everything to meet the household needs and everything like that. Can I truly say it like this? Then I need you as my woman or my helpmate to be my peace.
Mm-hmm. That's literally what it should. I shouldn't have to go out here and doggone fight the way that I'm fighting and have to come home and fight your ass too. No. Ladies, you want to know how to get replaced? Don't get that man no peace when he get home. Let him have to go out there. Let him have to go out there and fight the stresses of life every single day, and then have to come home and fight your ass too. Especially over some nonsense. If it's legit, I understand. But over some nonsense, that's the quickest way you can get replaced. One of the quickest way. But we're not gonna have that conversation. We're not gonna go into the whole why men cheat type ordeal. We're gonna save that for later. But I'm just giving y'all a few jewels, so a few gems. You know what I'm saying? That's what the king's supposed to do. Let me throw out some gems here and there. Or not, this is a gem. Be his peace. Be his peace. You can effectively and efficiently address your issues without causing discourse within the home, without putting any extra burden on him. Because trust and believe, we already beat ourselves up enough. A lot of us come in a house, you know what I'm saying? I mean, beat down. We have to drag ourselves into the doggone house. We have to drag ourselves into the house. We don't need you to put your foot on our neck when you see us dragging in the house. Period. Okay, so we got a question in the chat. Reese, what's up? You've been blowing us up, boy. That's what's up. Miss Azure Johnson said, what type of peace, and does this peace go both ways? Women need peace too. Does anybody want to address that before I say something? Somebody.
I think that,
hold on.
you know, oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'll address it. Yes, that means peace for both ways, but you gotta understand this. We're not saying that the man is better than the woman or vice versa. I'm a man that really believes in that peace. I done seen it all, done it all when it comes to women, except be married, but I'm just like, I need that peace. There's nothing like walking into your house and you having peace. So with that being said, if a man is out here on his grind, on his A game, like he's supposed to be, and like they say, the last thing we want to come in the house is to hear a whole bunch of nonsense, to be a whole bunch of turmoil. If we are doing everything that we're supposed to be, and we're building this house into a place of comfort, it's gonna be peaceful for the woman or the queen at the end of the day too. I mean, just that simple. So I mean, men are simple for the most part. There's not a lot of stuff that we actually require in order to be happy. But peace is definitely the top of my list. I just want peace. I don't want confrontation and arguing all the time. Just peace. That's it.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what their definition of peace is. And then let's dialogue on what our definition of peace is. Indeed, you just hit it on the head. You know what I mean? I think we can all on this panel agree what our definition of peace is, but I'm curious, and I'm not saying this for the sake of the show. I'm saying this because I'm fucking curious. I want to know, what is your definition of peace?
Did you hear that, Miss Azure?
Because
how you doing as well? You know, Azure. That's who I stayed with when I was in Carolina, chilling with y'all. Miss Azure, the question from the panel is, what is a woman's definition of peace as it pertains to coming from a man? That's the question. We're gonna keep dialoguing. Once I see it come up, I'll let y'all know. Finish what you were saying, Lamar.
Well, I mean, and here's what I would say. You know, that goes back to today's topic, basically. You know, because I think, you know, as if she's getting what, you know, she wants or whatever, you know, according to today's topic, I think that would be the peace that, you know, she might be looking for already. Because if she's getting what she so-called desires, and we're meeting the need, and we're meeting the need of the household, you know, what more could you want?
To be quite honest with you, I want to know. I want to know the type of peace that it is that women are looking for from us as it pertains to the home. You know, because we could feel like we are giving them peace, but at the same time, we could be giving them hell and not even realize it. You know, so I want to know, ladies, that's a question on the board. You know, that's the question on the board. What does peace mean to y'all?
Man, there have been times where I thought I was, you know, providing the peace and, you know, doing everything that I need to be doing, and lo and behold, well, I'm fucking up all the way across the board, not intentionally, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I really don't know, and I try not to get into my feelings about this shit, because me and my wife used to go back and forth, and I'm like, I'm not a mind reader. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know unless you communicate that shit with me. You understand what I'm saying? I can't go based off of, oh, you may have had an attitude, or you may feel some type of way today, and then the next thing I know, everything is cool, but we didn't really go into detail about what exactly am I doing or what exactly am I not doing to cause this kind of friction in our house. And then when you go for a long period of time operating like that, it just makes the whole situation worse. And before you know it, the fuck it factor comes in. And I think that it's important that I realize when the fuck it factor comes in for a woman, it's the fuck it factor. And I don't have no choice but to respect it. But please believe, ladies, when the fuck it factor kicks in for us, you ain't got no choice but to respect it as well. But see, all of that shit can be avoided if we dialogue and we communicate on what exactly is the fucking problem. It's not for me to read your mind and try to decipher what it is that I'm doing wrong or what I need to step up to be doing. It's on you to communicate that. If we're talking about peace, it's on you to communicate that. Because you'll feel real stupid if you was doing something and I wasn't communicating that shit with you, and the fucking factor kicks in, and I'm like, okay, well, you know what, fuck it. The dog don't have no more fight on my end, fuck it. And then I go off and I start doing my own thing, and then you standing there wondering, well, what the fuck was going on? He never said anything. So that shit has to be reciprocated from both sides. What is it that we're doing, or what is it that we're not doing to cause the bullshit in the house? That's my question.
Yeah. On top of that, communication, you need to know how to communicate. You need to know how to communicate.
I'll be the first one to tell you. And I dropped the ball on that. I've gotten a lot better now in the last, I'll say 5 years in communicating that. But I'll be the first one to tell you, it won't no on my end. I was that dumbass. I expect you to know. I come in this house every day, I bust my ass every motherfucking day. I expect you to know what I expect from you. I expect you to know what I'm not going to tolerate from you. I can own up to my contribution to the bullshit. I can own up to that. But it has to get to a point where, all pride to the side, it's a yes or no question. And that question is, do you want it? And if the answer is yes, then you do whatever it takes to achieve that goal.
So this when it comes down to communication is this, right? For me, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'm gonna say this to y'all ladies, right? When we first started talking about this, or now you heard me say a lot. And there's a whole chapter in the book about it, right? In reference to emotions, and that's just men having emotions. One, we see love, how you view love, the lens you view love through, right? We view it through respect. So whatever it is the issue is, make sure that when you bring it to us, it is done with respect. Because that's the quickest way that you'll lose us. You think we're not hearing you or don't care about what it is that you're talking about, but we looking at your presentation. We looking at your presentation like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Then the second thing is that you have to know and understand that our emotions, the emotions that we have, is just as valid as y'all's. And this is a hard one because we put our emotions on the back burner for so doggone long. Y'all feel like y'all shit is more superior than us, than ours. And it's not. I'm gonna tell you right now where I'm at with it. I hear every single thing that it is my wife tells me. Listen closely, and I can hear the heart of the matter. But I'm deaf right now Because until you can acknowledge, respect my emotions, we not even gonna talk about yours at all. And that's literally where I'm at with it. When I sit down and try and talk to you and be like, yo, this is where I'm at with, this is how it is that I feel about a particular thing. The moment you say, yeah, I hear you, but I feel, everything else just went out the window. Just went out the window. Why? Because you just dismissed the fuck out of everything it is that I goddamn said, so that you can tell me how the fuck it is you feel. No, in this situation, it's not about you. I need you to hear what it is that I'm saying and how it is that I doggone feel. Now, I know you're not accustomed to having to do these things. We are. I need you to do the exact same thing. It's a little bit of role reversal. A little bit of role reversal. I need you to hear the heart of the matter. Yes, you can listen and comprehend, but I need you to hear the heart of the matter. Because I'm older now. I'm older now. This shit, it means something. For where we trying to doggone go, it means something. Period. So for my ladies that are out here or whatnot, if you feel like your husband not hearing what it is that you're saying, my question to you is, have you listened and heard what it is that he's saying? Because that could be the issue. Just think about it. I'm telling you, I'm standing on this thing hard. Like, I'm not budging whatsoever. Until you acknowledge mine, hear me. I need you to hear my heart. I've been listening to your heart for a long time. That's time. I need you to reciprocate this thing. I need you to doggone return the favor. Need you to hear my heart. And that means being able to set your feelings to the side for a conversation. I ain't talking about permanently. I'm talking about just one conversation. Just one conversation. Set your feelings to the side and hear what it is that I'm actually saying. Hear the heart of the matter. That way I can get you to respond the way that I need you to. Period. Damn, I think this thing is joking. It's not.
What's that saying? Talk to me, not at me.
That is it. That is it. It's not about what you say. It's how you say it. Y'all know how it is. You know how to be nice, nasty. For real. Y'all know how it be. What's up, man? Y'all real quiet right now. Y'all got me nervous. Y'all got me nervous. What's going on? Somebody come off mute and say something. Say something. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I mean, shit. Everybody over there in deep thought.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you. Definitely agree with you on that. Definitely. Because I mean, you definitely want to be able to, have a conversation. Definitely want to be able to hear each other's thoughts, each other's feelings, each other's, emotions. If you don't, then there will never be no peace. Nope. I don't care how much money you bring into the house, how much you could provide for the whole thing. She may not even have to have a job. You could be providing as a man is supposed to do. But if you ain't got no peace in the house, it's still a war zone.
Right. What's up, Chris?
Well, I was just thinking about where it all started with the peace factor, because is your peace based on your liberty, or is your peace just what is actually needed to keep a level head? Because oftentimes I find females saying that they want peace, but realistically, they just want freedom to be able to do all this extra stuff that they want to do. Because I look at right now, I don't have peace because my wife doesn't have the peace that she wants, but I understand her peace because she just needs breaks. Because she spends during the day the bulk of her time with the kids. And it becomes a hassle for me because I don't have peace because I know she doesn't have peace. And I can't hardly provide that peace because I'm busy trying to work. So me trying to build myself to another level so that I can do more in the house, which is actually something I'm trying to do to contribute more, that she can have more time off, maybe have some maid service or whatever. I can't concentrate on that fully to create that for her because I'm more worried about the fact of she needs help with this or that. Just like I think the last time we was on, my mom was here last week helping out around the house because time is just crazy here. So my thing is, what is that you call peace? Is it because of something that you actually need or just because you want some free time to do what you want to do? But you have to understand, just like Dee was saying initially, when a man has peace, everybody can have peace. But a lot of times, the peace that most women want puts a burden on men.
What's your thoughts, Lamar? Don't run. Don't run. Turn that camera back on. Turn that camera back on. Well, what's your thoughts? Let's go.
I don't know. I can relate to what Chris was just saying, because we went through that a long time. That it's not like that now, but I remember, those times where, goodness, boy, Shauna would be working, and if she wasn't working, then or she would be here with the kids. I might be deployed or TDY or something like that. And I remember FaceTiming and talking on the phone. I could just see the stress in her face, and I could hear the stress in her voice. And I know, man, if she just had at least, a weekend or hell, even a week to just woosah and just relax. I don't know if y'all remember a couple of summers ago, I sent her to India. I remember when she went to India.
Mm-hmm.
I flew her. Well, she went to India, and boy, I tell you, man, she went out there, and when she came back, she was a totally different person. And in return, I guess I'll play devil's advocate here. In return, my life got a whole lot better because I didn't see no stress from her. Which leads me to this question, brother. Do we, as men, rely too much on providing peace for the wife versus doing what we know we need to do for the household? Because like me and you talked about earlier today, the man ain't gonna be stressed out either motherfucking way it goes. Either way it goes, you gonna have so much weight and so much burden on your shoulders. But I think it's still important for us to allow them an opportunity to just woosah. I think that's important. I think it's important for us to be equal. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's important for us to be equal. But do you think that we rely too much on not to say that they don't deserve it, not to say that it's not worth it, not to say that, oh no, you that's not what I'm saying. Do we really making sure that she's happy and everything that she wants, she has peace, or what versus saying, okay, you know, I understand that my wife or my woman is going through right now, but I just need her to hold on a little bit longer. Just hang in there a little bit longer. Daddy got you. It ain't always gonna be like that. We're gonna both be able to sit back and on that front porch and hold back and lemonade and relax together.
This it's a mistake that a lot of dudes have when they talk about providing peace for their wife, especially if your wife is a working woman. A lot of men don't share the household responsibilities equally. That's where a lot of the issues come into play. I'm like, we expect the women to work the same hours we work, come home and raise the kids and make sure their homework is done and food on the table and all that stuff. I'm like, it boils down to the fact that a lot of women want that active service love language met, and a lot of men don't do it. And at the same time, you gotta understand your wife is your equal. So as much as we said that we want peace, you got to give it to your wife too. You got to help with the kids, go pick them up, go to ball games, PTO, make sure they homework is done and stuff too. I'm like, nah, I see it wrong. Is looking at it like, oh boy, it's about to get deep. I got something to say.
Finish.
If you're not playing a part to do everything that you're supposed to do to pay them in their house, and you got her out here working with you, you got to own that too. That's on you. I hate to say it, that's on you. It's not on her. What are you providing her to do for the household, where you ain't got to do it all yourself or help do it? I'm like, that's on you.
So, you done?
Bang my gal. I'm done.
Nah, I ain't want to cut you off, nothing like that. I agree with what it is that you're talking about, right? I agree 100% with both of y'all. But I'm gonna say this right here, and it's gonna circle right back to what I was saying in the beginning. If we as men raised our bar, became so provider of our house, that stress, that extra burden that's on her, wouldn't be there. Now it's not a matter of trying to give her some peace or give her some relief from having to work them long hours, come home, cook, help with the doggone, help with the kids, homework and everything else. Why? Because it's now an option. It's now an option. But I agree. Yes, we need to be active in the home. But the thing about it is, what we keep calling active in the home is us doing what the wife literally is supposed to be doing, when we have a responsibility in the home as well. And we put off that responsibility because we over here trying to help her do what it is that she actually is supposed to be doing. It's always a missing doggone piece, always a missing doggone link. Because contrary to popular belief, yes, it is our responsibility to nurture as well, even though the wifey is the natural nurturer. But it's our responsibility to nurture. And guess who we supposed to be nurturing? Our motherfucking wives. We have to nurture her so that she has the strength and the ability to go and nurture and deal with these doggone kids. It's our job to discipline these kids as well as to teach them. And I ain't just talking about ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. I'm talking about life, period. This is our job. We have a responsibility in the home as well. And we miss it a lot of times because we sitting back trying to provide a doggone break when all we got to do is do exactly what it is we're supposed to do in the beginning. Provide for the home solely. It's too easy. And again, ladies, I'm not telling y'all can't work or anything of that particular nature, but it should be an option and not a requirement. Because that's a lot of the stress right there. I just said it the other day or whatnot. I am literally holding my wife back by keeping her in the home. And I know I am. There's so much greatness and stuff in my wife, and it requires her to be outside of these four walls. It's been 10 years that she's been a stay-at-home mom or not. And I know I can't hold her too much longer. But the pressure is now on me. We just had a conversation the other day. I was talking, she asked me what was wrong. And I was telling her, I was like, you know what? I do not have no place in this house that I can go to hear myself think, to meditate without issue. No place that I can just simply be by myself. If I want to be by myself, I got to take my ass inside one of these vehicles and drive off some doggone where in order to be to myself. Or I got to take my ass to the gym when ain't nobody there. But in my own home, I have no place to doggone go. And I told her, that's a problem you can't fix. That means me, right? Me. I gotta go out here and work harder so that I can provide us a bigger doggone house, which is needed. It's needed. I got a 10-year-old son in there with a doggone 6 and 5-year-old. That joker is about 2 years from busting a nut. It's time for him to have his own room. It's time for him to have his own room. Literally. That's what it is. And in order for me to have that, I gotta go out here, do exactly what it is that I need to do, and put us in a bigger house. I'm not sitting back asking her, a little babe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can get some more kids in the daycare or whatnot. You can help me go out here and get. No, that's not her responsibility. It's not. It's my job. I gotta use my brain and my skills to try and figure out what can I do to doggone get us into a bigger spot. Then at the same time, I gotta do some calculations. What can I afford? What can I afford that I can maintain that's not going to require her to have to go out here and work a 9 to 5 in order to make sure that we can maintain it? But this is the thought process that I'm talking about that we need to have. Period. It's the thought process that we need to have. And we're going to get there. Because I'm going to beat it in everybody's head. We going to beat it in y'all head until you get it. Until you get it. Where's your pride at, man? Where is your pride at in providing and protecting your family? Where is it? We can bring a whole lot of peace to the home by just simply doing what the fuck it is we're supposed to do. Period. And I'm gonna tell you now, a wife who don't agree with everything it is that dog gonna be talking about, she don't at all, and that's fine. I don't need her to agree. Don't need her to agree with me. And I said the other night, I'm gonna drag you to where we supposed to be at, kicking and screaming if I got to. Matter of fact, that's literally how I feel. That's literally how I feel. I'm walking through a dark room. I got the family and stuff on my shoulders. They hollering and screaming because it's dark. They don't know where the hell we doggone going. But I assure you, when we get there and I turn them lights on, they're gonna be looking like, what the fuck? This is what I was kicking and screaming about. Shit, Lamar, we just talked about it earlier today. I'm gonna use the exact same example. A lot of us are afraid. We have fear. Fear is what's holding us back from doing this thing. Because we see exactly where we want to get to. We see the top of that mountain. We sitting down in the valley. We see the top of that mountain. And in order to get to the top of that mountain or whatnot, we got to pave a path. And the scary part is that in the midst of me paving that doggone path, the family is over here stagnant. Because they got to sit back and they have to wait for me to clear the path. But what they don't see is that this path right here is filled with doggone dangerous things. We over here getting cut, stabbed, and everything else trying to pave this doggone path. And it's scary. It's scary. I understand it. Especially when it's something that you're not accustomed to. You've been playing in the valley for a long time. But you don't feel right playing in this valley because you know you're supposed to be at the top of that goddamn mountain. But it's going to require you to use some tools that you're not accustomed to using, for one, and to put in the type of work that you're not accustomed to doggone putting in. And a lot of us have become complacent in this doggone valley instead of let's go ahead and doggone pave our way through this. Let me sit down. I see the road. I see the path that I need to plow through in order to get there. Well, what's going to happen to my family while I'm out here plowing it? Because they still running in the valley. They still stagnant. And they don't even understand the things that we have to doggone go through physically, emotionally, mentally in order to pave this goddamn path. But once it's done and you look back, and you start pulling the family through and they sitting back looking at all the pretty things that's around and things of that particular nature. They're observing what it is, the work that you have already done, not realizing that you still pushing forward. You still pushing through that doggone path. You still pushing through. And they just, oh man, this is nice. This is nice. All of a sudden you got a new car. Oh, I like this. This is nice. Yeah. They're not seeing you still pushing. All of a sudden, I like this house right here. This is nice. I really like this right here. You still pushing doggone through to the place that you're supposed to be at. And it's just you. There's no real acknowledgement outside of them. I like this right here. I like this. Let's stay right here. And you'll get that. You'll get that. You still pushing through. And you got the family in the ear. Let's stay right here. Let's stay right here. I like this new car. I like this house right here. I like this money that it is that you're making right now. But you still looking at the actual goal. It's a whole goddamn kingdom and castle up there. This shit is that you looking at right now is nothing in comparison to where we actually going. We have to take pride in it. We have to take pride in the process. Put the fear to the side. The fear to the side. And don't get me wrong, it's going to be some resistance. It's going to be some resistance because they're going to like where they at right now. Not realizing that where they're going is going to be completely different and much better than where they at right now. So they tugging on your doggone leg or whatnot. You might have to build and drag the family at the same damn time because they accustomed to where they at right now. They love it. Love everything that's around them right now. But at the top of that mountain is your kingdom. Top of the mountain is that castle. Top of the mountain is your comfort. That's what I don't understand. The top of the mountain is your comfort. It's your comfort. And you got to be taken out of your comfort zone in order to fucking get there. If you're taken out of your comfort zone, that means the entire family is taken out of their comfort zone. And we just all uncomfortable trying to get to this motherfucking top. I've been talking way too long. Hey, look, we're going to go ahead and give our final thoughts, man, because I could talk about this subject for, I'm going to let everybody get their final thoughts. And we're going to close it out. We're going to dialogue. You say what? You say what, Chris?
Ever respond about this piece?
Nope, no, we never got it. We never got it. I'll put a post up and let women respond, and then we'll come back and we'll make that next Saturday's topic type ordeal. We already got it. We already got it. So who want to go first? Go ahead.
Well,
Final thoughts in the King's Court. Let's go.
I just want to encourage, everybody on the panel and all the men that's listening, even though the goal may be at the top of the mountain, if you have not taken a step back to see how far you have come, you're doing yourself an injustice. You're doing yourself an injustice. For a long time, I didn't give myself the credit, and I failed to just take a second and just stop and turn around and look back to see how far I've come. And it's humbling when you do that. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's very humbling when you do that. And that's only for the men and women who have really put in the work, who have really sacrificed. Me and King, like you said, we were talking earlier before the show, and I was just discussing some of my hardships that I'm facing currently right now. With, we got so much in store for y'all. Y'all just don't know. A-Team is getting ready to be one of those household names. And remember, you heard it here first, people. But it's going to require sacrifice. And when I look back to see how far I've come, to put myself in a position to be where I am right now, it's humbling. And I'm very proud of how far I've come. I'm very proud of the accomplishments that I've made, but I'm at the point right now where it's really time to just take that leap of faith and know that you're gonna fail, but failing is not a bad thing. It's a learning experience. And when you fall, and trust me, you're gonna fall, just make sure you fall forward. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say other than that. If I can be of any encouragement, just take time to look back and see how far you've come. And don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fall. And you'll get there. You'll get there. And Rome, I appreciate the conversation that we had earlier, man. You just don't know, that really encouraged me, bro. That really encouraged me. And I thank you for that. I thank all my brothers that's on the panel right now. And I would ask that you all just keep me and my family lifted up. I'm getting ready to deploy again on Monday. Just keep my family and myself lifted up. Make sure, I'm asking for safe travels there and safe travels back. My availability will be very slim for at least the next 2.5, 3 months on this deployment during the show, during the live radio segment that you have on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But trust me, I'll be listening, and any chance I get, I'll try to, put my little 2 cents in on the chat. I return back to North Carolina on the 18th of June, and I think I'm gonna make that leap around that time. So y'all stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on, the progress and everything like that. But it's time, guys. It's time. We've been talking about this for years. You got to put fear to the side, and we just got to jump out there on faith. I don't know any successful entrepreneur that didn't jump out on faith and wasn't scared shitless. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm scared shitless, bro. I'm scared. I ain't got no pride. I ain't trying to shoot. I'm terrified. But I know in order for me to reach that next milestone, I gotta jump. So I'm just putting my knee braces on and putting some padding on wherever I can, because I know I'm gonna fall. You best believe I'm gonna fall forward. And when it's all said and done, and when the smoke clears, I'll be standing right there where I need to be. So I encourage any and everybody to do the same thing. Just stay encouraged best you can, and let's make this thing happen. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm
All
gonna give
right.
my final thoughts. Y'all know how I do. What's my slogan? Short and straight to the point. All right. So Lamar, I'm gonna encourage you tomorrow too when I come back home, man. You got some work to finish doing before you leave. But I'm just gonna say that we as men, some of us, myself included, some of the time, we got to figure some of this stuff out. We got to maximize the 24 hours that we are given in the day. There's no excuse to still be stagnant and complacent in a lot of areas. Just figure that out. I'm done.
All right. Well, Chris, let's go. Let's get it.
Well, after everything that's been said today, all I can say is we need to plan to be the best us, because a lot of the issues that we have in relationships and so forth and so on is because we enter into them without first counting up the cost. The lack of peace that we have is because we came in without having that sustenance. Men, especially in your younger years, need to be focused more on building than worrying about trying to get a woman beside you, because you should be able to enter into this covenant having all of the financial needs at least for the first 5 years, so that while you're working, you're just adding to that, because your wife working should be an option. And honestly, women, if you want to have these freedoms, you have a time clock on yourself. Use your time wisely. If you want to work, get into work as soon as you get done with school and work hard. Save your money. So that way, when you enter into the covenant, you can be the wife that you're called to be. And at the same time, you can enjoy the fruits of both of your labor prior to entering into that covenant. Right now, we're coming into these covenants right now, and I got to hustle to catch up to be able to provide. That should already be ready. We got to change the way that our culture is, and we need to train our kids how to be husband and how to be a wife. They need to leave the house with something that sustains them. They shouldn't have to work to where we are working to right now. I'll just leave it at that.
All right, Trail. Final thoughts.
My final thoughts will be probably mostly think about what you want, communicate what you want, plan for what you want, and be able to go out and get what you want. This way, when you do these things, there's always going to be peace in the house. There's always going to be love in the house. There's always going to be everything that you need. Because once you do that, and you keep whoever you call the creator first, no matter what, it'll always work out. These are the things that we need to plan for the most. My final thought is, and always will always be, as long as we've got each other, that's brothers, sisters, husband, wife, no matter what, we got your back. We got your back, because we'll be here to do what we need to do as a family. So again, my final thought, plan.
That's what's up. So we've talked about a lot today. Talked about a lot. As a reminder, man, let's remember Adam's work was already done before Eve was even thought of or presented to him. And that's the mindset that we need to actually have. Let's get the job done. Let's come with that kingdom already so we can properly put our significant others on the throne as a queen and run it as such. Let's raise the bar. Yeah, I said it. We're cowards, lazy, not living up to our potential. But I don't believe that's who we are. There ain't nothing about a coward in me or anybody that's on this panel or anybody that it is that I know. But I do know that we have to raise the bar. We have to raise the standard on ourselves. We don't need that assistance, fellas. Men, we don't need it. And until we realize that we don't, we'll never live up to the potential that is in us, to that greatness that is within us. Free her up. Free her up to be the wrong all over the board the way she is meant to be. And I assure you, everything else will fall in place. Period. Stay strong, fellas. We here. We got you. We got your back. We got y'all back. I'm telling you, because I need y'all to have our back. Because we got a long road to go in the midst of this truce, in the midst of trying to fix our communities. A long road. But it's possible. And it's going to happen. So 9 days out before the release date is about to go up. The conversation is about to be something else. I can't wait. I'm gonna give y'all a week, maybe 2 weeks at the most before we start diving into this thing and having some of them conversations that need to doggone be had. I'm telling you, big shout out again to the frequency and to the queen of the building, Lady Latina. Oh, and I thank you again for allowing me to bring the King's Court, Can I Be the Man, and the early morning show over to the frequency for the world to be able to hear. We appreciate you. Everybody go like, follow, share. Like, follow, and share the Frequency CO as well as doggone Can I Be the Man, the page. Hey, I appreciate everybody that's following us. Hey, we hit our milestone, 500 followers. 500 followers. Hey, the next one is 1,000. Them 500 people, go and share it, baby. Go and share it. We'll hit 1,000 like that, baby. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, I gotta give big ups to my man, Abel Ham, Mr. Lamar, his commercial that he's done for Can I Be the Man, A Letter From Us to You. The book has reached over 5,000 viewers, over 5,000 viewers. And look, what y'all don't see is that of them 5,000 viewers, almost 90% of them are literally going to click the link to go and at least check on the book. I don't know if they buying it, but they at least checking on it. That is something else. That is something
What's
else.
the time
Hey,
frame? Tell me the time frame. Yeah, I'm
we
talking
talking
my
about a
shit
week.
right now. Yeah, I'm
We
talking my
talking a
shit.
week.
Give them the time.
We talking a week, baby. In a week time, 7 days. 7 days. Hey, look. So if you need a commercial or something of that nature, hit that man up. That is the owner and the founder of Ateamtv. He out here doing big things, baby. He out here doing big things. Go ahead, be on it.
Hey, what can I say? Talent. No.
Go ahead and jump on it. I'm telling you, it's something else. Hey, look, right. At the same time, though, you know, this is I don't think everybody understand how huge this is, right? How huge this thing is. You know, this ain't just a book. This is a movement. Ladies, this is something that y'all have been crying out for a long time now. We have heard you. We have answered the call, and we are put. And I'm gonna tell you how important this thing is because I get to see the stats. 75% of the viewers or the people that's viewing and that's going over to this place are men. Only 25% of women, 75% of men. So that means it's a lot of us out here that agree with, they haven't read the book yet, but they at least agree that they want to be the man. They want to be the man. So I suggest you go out there, pre-order the book, get it, read it, so you can understand exactly what it is that we doggone asking for.
Because we're gonna make it a bestseller. We're gonna make it a bestseller. Yes, we is.
Yes, yes. I gotta give a big shout out to Telemade Productions. They are the ones that are doing the documentary for BBOC, in which we will be presenting to y'all later on this year. Got to look, Chris, Tank. If you need anything audio visual wise, these are the people you need to go talk to. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, these are people you want to go talk to. For real.
Make them wait for that documentary.
Oh, that documentary gonna be stupid. The documentary gonna be stupid.
It's gonna be
can't
crazy.
wait for that.
And then at the same time, I can't leave this junk without saying about the Jersey man, the game store, baby. Every throwback, every jersey you can think about that you ever wanted, my man has. My man has. You see him rocking that Timberwolves jersey right now. Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you, he got it. He got it. Go get it. Go get it. And look, I don't think y'all understand, right? A-Team is filled with nothing but business owners. Business owners.
Literally.
Business owners. Literally. We came from out of the mud together. We turned that doggone milk into butter, and now we climbing out. As men, baby. As men. I'm trying to say, hey, look, you already know what it is. Again, if you haven't ordered the book.
Shout out James Mack.
Yeah.
Shout out James Mack. Legendary logo creator.
Yeah.
Down. Hands down. The best logo creator. I don't go with nobody say.
The King Naib logo, when you see it, that is the work of none other greatest doggone logo creator out there, Mr. James Mack. Telling you, if you need a logo, you need to hit him up. Hey, James, you better go ahead and make a website, email, something of that nature, so these people can reach out to you, because that, when I say that's a hidden jewel,
I done told him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's a hidden jewel.
Pop that logo, Terry.
Shout out our brother Smurf puzzle pieces, the LLC puzzle pieces.
Yes. Who else? My man Chance. My man
Strong Point Financial.
Lee.
Yeah, Strong Point Financial. Chance Robinson. Shout out my cousin out of Florida. You need some insurance, holler at him. Shout out, boom, Lee. Boom, Buckeye Financial.
Yes. Hey, we can do this for a whole nother hour, people. I'm telling you, a whole nother hour. That's literally. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what's coming. Right, this is what's coming. We about to create a
conglomerate. Real with you.
We about to create an 18 page, and everything it is that you can receive and get through the 18 is going to be connected to that page. And from that page is going to come a website that has all our information up there and links into those direct websites. When I tell you it's coming, it's coming. Next month. That's what that's the time frame I'm gonna put on everybody. The next month.
Heard that.
Next month. We gonna have
Heard that. King has spoken.
we gonna have this thing up and running. That's what it is. Or now for all my other business owners and stuff that's out there or whatnot. Hey, look, I'm gonna put it to you just like this. The frequency. I'm looking for people that need commercials. If you need a commercial, you need to hit me up. You need to hit me up. I'll give you the details after you hit me up. It's as simple as that. There's no reason. There's no reason. I'm throwing it out there. I don't care who you is. You could have just started. If you need the publicity, come holler at me. Come holler at me. But we're going to get out of the way. Look, 9 days, book is released. You already know what it is. Go get it. And go get it. And we up, we going. The king is spoken. We out here, baby. We out.